I'm presenting AB 2477, a bill that will designate a Dream Resource Liaison at California public high schools, colleges, and universities. It is estimated that each year approximately 65,000 undocumented students graduate from high schools, and while California has taken the lead on enacting legislation to provide opportunities for our undocumented youth, we only see 20% of these students attending college. Our undocumented students across the state talk about the lack of information their teachers provide when it comes to resources for undocumented youth. Since the implementation of AB 540, the California DREAM Act, and other pieces of meaningful legislation, access and affordability to higher education is now attainable for our undocumented student population. Given the current federal climate around DACA, constant pushback from the DC administration, and recent remarks from the president on Easter Sunday, we as legislators now, more than ever, must do more to help our undocumented students and their families. I am proud to say that I was born in Mexico. Most of you know my story. I came to the United States as a young child and was deported, sent back to Mexico, and came back and was undocumented until I was 13 years old. With hard work and mainly education, I was able to get a degree, become a teacher, and now be sitting here in front of you presenting this bill.
As an immigrant youth, I have faced daily challenges and fear, and I have seen these challenges and fear manifested in our families, our communities, and our children. Applying for college, I had no resources or knowledge of resources to help aid me in my education with my current status. I couldn't apply for scholarships or internships, even with my 4.0 grade point average, simply because I wasn't a citizen. I had no knowledge of the resources that were actually available for me, and because of that, I was limited to my education. As an immigrant youth leader, I now see these challenges with my college community. At CSU Stanislaus, we have no Dream Center and no Dreamer Resource Liaison to aid us with our needs. It took months of protesting our university administration, attending meetings, organizing, informing, and educating in order to get a center where we can be safe without fear of retaliation and where we can get some sort of resources for our needs. A work in progress, our small diversity center is run by student volunteers who do the work the university is being paid for. We have become our only resource that we can go to, and most schools are not that lucky.
It may not seem like a big deal, but when you're undocumented, telling the wrong person your status can cost you the life you built in this country. Often the workers don't have the experience with the cases like mine, especially since things are always changing regarding DACA. There are moments of frustration when no one on campus is really sure on how to help you. So instead of getting one to help in person, answers for your campus are usually given to you by telling you to dial a 1-800 number, where an operator will guide you through the process. This was the case for me in many situations. Specific questions about the California DREAM Act during my first year at IVC could not be answered by the Financial Aid Office, and I was forced to hunt for those answers on my own. It was even more surprising when I ran into students who didn't know that there was opportunities out for them because they were too afraid to even ask somebody for help on campus and share their stories. Being undocumented and first-generation college student made the transition even more challenging. And although I eventually found the answers, I would have felt more confident of what I was doing if I had a professional to talk to about my doubts. These students deserve to have someone on campus who will be there to help them, to inform them, someone they can trust and build the bond with, get concrete answers and not just a number to dial. Having someone who specializes with working with students in these situations is crucial for their success. These students pay the same amount of fees and tuition, and at times even more if they don't qualify for AB 540. Therefore, it is under the responsibility of the college that these students don't go unnoticed and given the resources to be successful, and the responsibility of the state of California to lead that movement.
These students, like me, also came to the U.S. for a better life and a better opportunity. It is our duty to create policies that will lead to successful future. Our dreamers will grow up to pursue a post-secondary education and better prepare themselves to enter California's demanding workforce. Our dreamers have made California better and continue to amaze me with their countless advocacy efforts under the federal administration.